Hello again. So I've got the livestock working in this episode. So, you know, as you do, if I fly all the way over here, animals are here. How have you got up here, Bessie? Come on, down you go, Bessie. Good cow. Come on, down you go. That's how she got up. Come on, Barbara, get off. Come on. We might have been overrun by cows then. Just flower on top. And add some more cherry bush here. Very adventurous these cows are. Just make sure they can't jump up. Okay, think that's okay now. Quickly just... I completely missed this area here. No wonder I can get up. Just change a few of those leaves. Like so. Oh, you get off. Get down there now. Go on. Flipping cows. I should not be able to jump up now. Hopefully. A little dilemma there with cows. Oh god, sheep I can get out if I really wanted to. Okay. Amazing, none of them have tried yet. Okay, I'm gonna use a bit of that one instead. Just have to double check all my fields now. Okay, I think that's alright. I think... No, it's not. There. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, sorry about the slight distraction. What? Back to the actual what we're doing. So I've filled in this field with some more corn. Haven't done any of the train because that takes so much time. And you're not going to be really walking through it, so compared to the other ones. So now I am going to do the train in this field instead. This is going to be the pigsty field thing. My jigabob. Not good. Okay. Just fill in all these and really I should mix it up a little. Like that. Then a bit of this. A bit of that. Basically, I don't want any of the livestock to get out. So that's why I am randomly filling in the just making sure they can't get out and roam. Smoke leaves in. Horse nut, which is the same colour. Or is it pointless? add some holly leaves that look like berries, which is nice. And here, birch. Around here, do do do. La la la. I can't really do anything. Do, 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 do. Extreme measures because, you know, animals would try to get anything out of anywhere. Oh. Missed of it. Angle. Some different colours. Like that. Holly bush. Here we go. And this is where I replace the outer few brambles. That's a perch here. Shouldn't be able to get out of that now. So I will most likely time lapse or cut away here whilst I do all the landscaping. So I will see you in a little while. So that's finished. I'm only going to do that much because that's all you can see from where the wall's going to be. Now I am just creating the gate. Oh, that went out very weirdly. Okay, now I will have to get my brush. Here we go. mask 35:1, and there we go. I would want some of this, that, and that. Okay. Some of this and this. Yeah. Okay. First, let's move up the front of that. Here can be pulled back 1 block up top. Now that's not going to work, so I am going to grab a slab. It's a little bit different compared to for others, but it still adds that little bit more detail. One corner block, and I'm going to add that there. Let's change this to some trapdoors. That's better. Now, that is a little bit too shallow. I'm going to add a little bit more at the back here. You want to try to randomate as much as you can, really, because you don't want it to look new, you want it to look like it's started to fall apart. Quickly rush over here. Rustic fence. Run quickly back. I've just realised something. I have not added any of the feeding stuff for these pens. So I will have to do that in a second. Ooh. Just add some of the road. Some of this road is not identical to the rest, like here. It's a little bit different. It's weird. Okay, now I will need to, oh, animals. Thank you, Mr. Postman. You know, I want barking in my videos now. Thank you very much. You see, I've started to work on this part of the training, but I will need to do a lot more work. Now, you want to get some 4 planks of your choosing. I'm going to use some jungle wood. Oh, and here's where the game starts to go on a little bit of a fritz. Go a little haywire. using trapdoors and the vertical slabs, I am going to create a feeding trough. Replacing the bottom. That's one. Let's make another. So one's going to have water in, and one's going to have some form of food. So what do pigs normally eat? That's the most important thing. I know pigs in real life will eat anything, but let's just add some carrots for the effect. Add some water. Where's my pail of water? There. I'm just going to copy and paste that over to both the sheep and the cows. And I'm going to add another one down here. You need to make sure you've got plenty of water, and obviously that's going to happen because I didn't copy and paste it properly. Oh no. Oh. What did I just press? Z? Nope. Okay. Now, let's do this correctly, shall we? There we go. Run over to the other animal pens. I have one here. There's quite a few animals in here, so and there's another one. We'll be able to see both. Rain, go away. So there's 1, 2, and I will need a food one. And I will add, we'll save that. Now, still gonna add it. Instead, I am gonna put some hay. That one's having a good old bath. Just add some hay on the ground. What do sheep normally eat? And that's not a bad joke. I'm being serious. One water pen, put another one on top of here. I know in Minecraft it eats hay, so I could just put down one in here full of hay. Let's just make it a little bit more random by doing that. Okay. So we have fed the cows, sheep and pigs. I need to spawn in the pigs now, so zombie pigman, pig. And how much of this do we want? See if there's any more mud blocks that we could use. No. Muddy dirt. No. There we go, we're starting to walk around. The whole point of Wintershold is a strong fortified city that mostly does food trading, so that's why there's a lot of food. Okay. Now to the actual fun bit. Here is going to be a burden of sorts. So I will have a look what I could do with the resources that I have. So I'll be back in 1 second. So I've had a look what I'm going to build. I'm going to build a barn like building. Just gonna try to keep with the theme of the windmills and my old tutorials. And you see me just put a oak log frame up, now randomly putting orange wool in between, underneath that frame. The idea of this build to be almost like a barn. Well, we'll have a barn section, and it's going to also have a house section built into it. And it's really it's going to be for the Lord. Oh, Lord? I'm not sure. The Lord of this small, very basic town. Just randomating the actual blocks. You know, making it more different looking. So this is going to be a very large barn, and it's going to have some guards inside, so no one can steal any crops. And I'm way too close to the mic. Is that better? Yes, that's a lot better. Okie dokie. This, I'm not sure if I even like the idea of this, because you will understand in a little while why I'm unsure about this build, because it is in even blocks, the barn, the actual barn itself, and I don't like working in even. So here's me just collecting all the blocks, you know, I used, because this isn't actually a colour mix yet, so I will be doing this shortly, adding it as a colour mix, as well as adding some different blocks here and there. And just testing out blocks, just thinking how I should do it, typing up the block IDs, actually making it into a brush and a canvas now. off onto my other screen, and you see I added an extra lot of an extra row on top, just so I got a clear idea what I was going to do. Make sure I got the right mask, and yeah, just flying around as you do when you sort it out. I didn't really like how dark it was in some patches, so I did come around and obviously change that. Getting all the blocks now, so I can put some horizontal pieces, horizontal slabs, add some more depth to the build. Whilst walking around very slowly, as this was like hell, because I wanted to randomate it a little bit. That's not. I want to randomize it, but it's trying to keep it with the whole side at the same time. It was a pain in the backside. Not gonna lie. Same with the roof. As you will see a little bit later, the roof was not the best roof I ever done. Just changing the floor now. I'm using magenta wool as just a place marker until I sort out what I'm actually going to do. You know, just this is where I've noticed, oh no, it's in odds. And just brought up the whole layer up one block. It was easier. And I came back because it looked way too structurally weak. And I had to do a slight trick, which thank God you can do with Conquest. You see me just doing my old struts beams from all my old tutorials. This does change, but this is why I said it does change, because trying to work out how I'm going to put in that one little beam, I do remove it. So I was going to follow with the same idea with the windmills, but I decided it was going to be easier if I just used the Tudor blocks. And it already has all that beam structure for me already, so let me know what you think, guys, and if you like me using this or you want me to use a mixture of the oak and white wool, just let me know and I will modify this before next week. I tell you what, being able to build buildings again, it's nice instead of just landscape. It's just wonderful. It's just being able to relax, build, click the wrong blocks, but it's fine, you can always sort that out afterwards. This is just added texture, really. It's extra support, that's all. Using, I think this is birch laps as the surrounding detail. I do actually put it all the way around first, but I'll remove it later. now birch stairs just to add some more detail where it's needed. All the way around, and you see that I block. I hate working with even blocks, sorry. I don't understand why. I don't mind it in some builds, but it's not. I always like working in even odds. I hate working with evens, but I love working with odds. There we go. And that's because of everything looks better in my eyes. The less finicky doors and stuff like that. However, in Conquest, there's some exceptions because the reinforced doors are amazing. But enough of that. You see me just working on the outer side, filling in the gaps where needed. Now I'm looking for the, I think it's the fancy blocks. The fancy blocks is for in between the actual windows here. And it does look like a lot of windows, but some of them I do cover up in the future. Just mixing up by removing these big chunky oak logs and replacing them with some oak log wall. You know, add some more definition to the build. Now, thinking of where to put the door. I thought the best place to put it is here, but a single door will look too weird. So here's where I had made for the exception of putting a double door in. It's only for this specific build. But because you know, the Lord, well, the Lord's gonna be one of these type of people that is not very nice, and it can be evil at times. So he does not really care about the people of the city, of the little village outside the town of Wintershold. I'm still not sure of a name. I'm still having a read through, deciding what would be the best. And well, it's just a pain. He's not very nice whatsoever. All he cares is about money and any means of getting money. That's all. You see me doing this roof. Idea of this roof now is it's going to be multi-tiered. Trying to add in the same idea with the windmills, as well as trying to make it more steep, like a I can't remember the actual style of the roof. As I said, if you've got any problems with it or you don't like it, I will replace it with something better. It's all on different layers, 3 different points. You see me just rushing back now, double checking what I've done to the windmills, because normally I would not even do this like hip thing on the bottom. I just leave it as a stair, so it's completely different to what I normally do. And I do like how it comes out, but it's something about it that I'm not really pleased about. Obviously I was one block shorter here, so quickly just modifying it to fit in. And obviously these are very close together, so trying to sort out what am I going to place here, type of thing. Now, just checking what I put on the inside, because it's currently floating. Roofs don't float, so this is why I'm like, quickly have a look over here, and yeah, I'm not happy. Was building this, I wasn't happy about it. I knew I could have done a lot better, but at the same time I was happy when it was done. So yeah. Just flying around, as you can see, just trying to decide this one corner. Connecting both of the A-frames together. As I was happy that side was done. Now the other side. And here was the next pain, because I had to start building the barn's roof now. And that was fun in itself, because I wasn't sure how I was going to do it at the first time. So yeah, it's just, I think I look around and I couldn't actually think how it was going to connect to this roof here, this section. So I left it, and it did start to plan it just in a few minutes time. I also was trying to put in some form of a beam, some supporting beams within the roof. And trying to lay it out here as well, making sure it's all connected okay. Making sure everything looked okay on the outside. Inside, where the beams would be was a finicky thing, but you can't really change that. And see, this is what I mean. I used two oak logs, the magic of using Conquest. It's really annoyed me that you couldn't really put a beam on the middle, but it actually did help doing it like this, because yeah, I was able to do more detail within the barn itself. So, walking around, here we go, and just trying to sort out this very bad roof idea on this corner, because everything just worked against each other. I would place a block here and it would be no, not there. Ignore the clock behind me. Oh. Now just, as you usually do, carry on with the actual main part of the structure of the roof. I've gone a little high pitch for it. And this is another reason why I don't like working in odds. Roofs don't look as well built. It's hard to detail them on the inside with the A-frames. But this video is now turned into Hobgoblin ranting about why he does not like odds and why are they bad. But that's off topic and I can't go off topic. So roof number 2, A-frame of the barn. Copying the same idea with eye by eye, not by block number. You wanted to look, these are sisters, not twins. So, yeah. Just running round as you do, placing blocks, trying to make sure they connect. Really, the barn and the main building roof, the barn should be taller, but because of it being even, it was not. So I had to compromise a little, restructure it ever so slightly, just to work in that little design flaw. Walking back and forth as you do. The only problem I think I have with this roof, if I be honest, is it looks a little too overdone. But the village will most likely gonna have a mixture of different roofs, so I'm not so sure. And this is why I kind of do like it being even for once. Because it adds this like ventilation through the top. And if you have a barn, you have to have a lot of ventilation for starters. So, yeah. And there was a pig. Escapee pigs we had. So, a lot of ventilation in the barn to help with keep away damp. It's the best thing for it, so that's why I was kind of happy. Now, just in the main building, the main house building, just deciding how I am going to do for upstairs, because it's a two-tiered building. Two level. Just running around as you do. Finishing the outside of the roof. Let's see where I messed up there earlier. And I decided to put an extra floor at this late stage because, you know, somewhere for the Lord to sleep, because the Lord will be in here. I think I already mentioned this too many times, but it's just so I can keep an extra eye, because it's a sneezy git I think git was the better word to pick out of all the words that I could have said. So I do like the Tudor blocks, they're very pretty. Does help to build a lot. So add in some more detail here, and I do remove those half Tudor blocks because they didn't look right. I don't know why I picked them in the first place, but yeah, oh well. So just a simple design for upstairs, nothing too fancy. And here's the deciding factor here. Shall I put a wall here or leave it? And I do put a wall up there later, after placing the floor. I'm not sure what planks are used there. And there goes my phone. It won't be a hobgoblin video without some form of phone going off. Just smooth that and also knock everything else over. So you see me finish putting up the stairs. I do need to put some form of railing on both outside and inside. After running back, getting my fences that I used. And just, you know, copying the same design on the, oh, what have I called now? On the barn. My memory went blank then, so I'm so sorry about that. Just add in find little bits of detail. You need to make sure you have lots of detail so it's not too flat. So the windows here are not going to actually have glass panes in. They are going to have I think they're oak log fences. And here is where I decide to replace the fences. Those half Tudor squares for actual full blocks. And just add in some more roof beams. Turning off rain constantly in this video because it was a lot of video footage. And this is what I mean, it helped me with a design decision. And that's so I can put a hoist system within the actual barn. So yes, it did help a lot. Just add in some more roof supports, and here's where I do cover up the actual roof design. And my stomach's rumbling for some apparent reason. Hope you can't hear that in video. Add in some, I think this is, it's not light, it's like a normal thatch roof. Different colour for a different building, I guess. Add in a beam there, and coming into position, what am I going to do here? So I put one beam here and decided to put on a angled like walkway. Now using oak log angle pieces and the 6-sided oak texture block just to make a beam. I think I've chosen a different colour for birch here, just to separate the barn and the Lord's living quarters. Just, deciding what you're going to do. And this is where I replace, I think, the windows and wherever that was in a pickle. Adding a hoist system first, obviously. It's only a small little hoist system. With a barrel. Now I have to think in the next episode, because I only built the frame, none of the interior, what I'm going to do about connecting what I'm going to do about guards, because you need to have some form of guards over protecting the wheat, for food, anything like that. So in the next episode I'm going to have a look at what I could do. But firstly, let's just finish off the ground, the actual floor, using orange wool to change a bit of the actual floor itself, because it's got to be 2 different type of textures, as well as adding all the glass which you need, and those blocks. And that's it. Now just covering up these blocks, and we are nearly there, guys. Nearly finished this build. There's one layer, and here's the dirty cobblestone layer. So thank you for watching this. It's been a longer episode today, a lot longer, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please say if you liked the video or not, if the roof's okay. If it's not, I will change, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.